What's up, guys, and welcome back to In the Shop TV. In the last video, we straightened out our bent frame and started removing components from the front of the chassis. Today, what we're going to work on is not going to be too much fun. We're going to take on a crappy task of removing all the rivets. Fortunately, I found a tool that makes removing those rivets a lot easier than the method I was using last time. All right, let's get to work on this frame. All right, guys, I'm using a tool called RotaCut. I'm not affiliated with this brand or being sponsored or anything. It's just a tool that I found that seems to be working for me, so I thought I'd share it with you guys. It's opened up. So they're basically like kind of essentially sheet metal hole saw. I'm using the 4th size up, which is a 9/16, and they give you this arbor, and there's like a spring-loaded locator pin here. So you kind of push it down and it retracts. But that's kind of to keep your center position on the rivet, and this size seems to be pretty much the size I need for all the rivets on this frame. What this basically does, it just cuts a hole in the rivet and leaves kind of a stem sticking out. Let me do one and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. So you'll know when you're done when you see that the head of the rivet just kind of loosen up and pop off. And then you're left with the stem right here and then the hole in the frame where you can just kind of pound it through. That's all there is to it. So the one thing that's kind of a trick to this, I wouldn't say a trick, but the one thing to look out for, once you cut through that head, then you're going to be into the frame or whatever the material is behind it. And you don't want to start, going up the frame with little circle cuts and everything. So as soon as you start to see that head budge, back off, and then you know that you've broken through the rivet itself and you're ready to start hammering it out. So I don't know what you guys think, but to me that's a whole lot easier and a whole lot quicker than taking the grinder and cutting them off and breaking out the air hammer like I did with the other ones. I think I'm going to stick with this method. In total, you had about 30 seconds of actual cutting time and 3 whacks with the hammer, and we were good to go. Can't get it done any quicker than that, or at least I don't know of any way to get it done quicker than that. If you know, leave it in the comments and let me know how I can do it even faster than that, and I will definitely use your method. All right, so I'm gonna shut up. I got a whole bunch more of these to do. I'm gonna try to get this cross member out. I think there's 8 rivets in total on each side of this thing, so I'm gonna get to work on this and get them out. Okay, that was a little bit tougher to pound out because I had the leaf spring, the front leaf spring purchased in the way of the hammer. So I just took a couple of extra blows to get a little bit more precise on the spot. All right, so we got those 4 out. Those 4 were the easy 4. The next ones are going to be a bit more challenging. There's 2 right here, which are smaller, so I'm going to have to change bits. I can go from the other side, and they have the same exact size head, and I don't have to change bits, but one of them is captured inside of the cross member over here. So I'm not going to be able to cut that side. So I'm going to have to cut these from the outside, and I think pounding them out is going to be a little bit trickier because this actual mount, this perch for the leaf spring is pretty thick. I mean, that's a good 1/4 of an inch thick. So I might have to get a pointy pry bar and smack them through or something, but we'll give it our best. Sweat on that one. Well, as I suspected, that was going to give us some trouble. It's just there's so much of a tunnel that rivet has to travel through, so there's just a lot of friction on it, but it's out. All right, so that's the 6 bolts on the outside. We got a 4 here and 2 right there on the perch. The remaining 2 are on the inside of the C-channel frame right here. And, on second thought, I think I'm gonna leave those 2 in for right now, and the same thing on the opposite side, because we're gonna weld in a new cross member right here, which is going to be for our independent front suspension. I kind of want to leave those last 2 rivets in just to hold the frame rigid so that we can keep everything nice and square. I think if I remove this, you know, right now, I've got just from here all the way back to this cross section that's going to be unsupported, and I think I could get some flexing. So the new cross member is getting welded in about right here for the suspension, so I'm going to leave that in place for the time being, as well as this front cross member, just to keep my shape and rigidity. So guys, I'm not going to bother showing you every single one that I cut out. It's just going to be a long one, not in this video. I basically just wanted to go over the tool. The company is called Hougen, all right? And that's what they look like up close. They're just kind of like a version of a metal hole saw, if you will. I paid 69 bucks for this, or 65, something like that on Amazon. Great little kit. I don't know how long they're gonna stay sharp. I think that the larger bit that I used already kind of started feeling like it was cutting a little bit slower. I guess these are kind of beveled, so I guess you could maybe, like, you know, run a file over it or something like that, and sharpen them. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how well, you know, if you can sharpen them or how well they'll be sharpened, but it is a good set and it seemed to work really, really well on those frame rivets. The best thing I've found so far. Anyway, yeah, I'll leave a link in the description if any of you guys want to pick this up if you have any frame rivets in your future. Just a short video today, guys. I just want to go over this real quick with you and show you the tool. I got a bunch of these to get off of here, so thanks for watching and I'll catch you guys on the next one.